Yes. Technical difficulties there, guys. Sorry, I'm going to do my best to merge these two videos together with my amazing outdated editing skills.
That's right.
But we left off with Rahm, and I can't sit here and pretend to live in this fantasy land where I can tell you to not play Rahm and feel good about it, because he is a good golfer. He reached #1 ranks in the world this year. He's good. I just love Dustin Johnson and Justin Thomas way more than him. And any dollar amount that I can save to get Dustin Johnson and Justin Thomas, and even Rory McIlroy for that matter, I feel like DJ, JT, and Rory should be priced above Rahm. And since Rahm's priced above everyone else, I'm looking the other way. And I really like Dustin Johnson. What's not to like, right? I mean, the guy is #1 in 5 of the stat lines across the board. He's #1 in DraftKings points for the last 3 months. #1 strokes gained total, and the boy learned how to putt. So I really like Dustin Johnson. I don't think 11-1 is too pricey considering how pricey DeChambeau and all those guys were last week. Different field, different event, but Dustin Johnson's the best player in the field, and he's not the highest priced. So you can do the math on that. How do you feel about Dustin Johnson this week?
Rahm, first of all, to go back to that, he does have 2 wins in the last 7 starts, and those were at difficult courses with difficult fields. So I will have a few of them. But, again, I love seeing him get all pissed off and implode, like you said, and it's the greatest thing in the world to watch in any sort of
real man fades Rahm this week.
Yes, real men fade Rahm, like we did fade money. Johnson, I mean, he across the board, he's insane. He's been playing lights out. You're right, he learned how to putt.
It's amazing. It is just amazing what he's doing.
It is amazing, and I hear everyone talking about him. I mean, everything I read, everything I see, I mean, it's Johnson, and you know what? That's fine, because guess what? I'll have like 10% Johnson maybe, and I think I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit here, and I'm just gonna act like those two aren't really there, and I'm just gonna start with JT. I'm just gonna start my lineups with JT.
Yeah, how do you not?
I
know Rahm and Johnson are juicy, but Justin Thomas, my God, I mean, it seems like, and we were just talking about this earlier, how he just shows up in these style of events, and I mean, if he's making every putt that he looks at, I mean, it's insane how low he can go. I appreciate Justin Thomas's game so much. I feel like even when I'm heavy, like that week where I did 50% just Justin Thomas lineups in the 50-cent mini max, like there wasn't a spot on the golf course. I think it was the BMW I did that. And there wasn't a spot on the course where I was like worried about him. He played like crap, but I wasn't worried about him in any spot because out of the long rough, out of the short-sided bunker, out of the trees, like I'm not worried about him. He's one of the guys I really just don't have to worry about. And the ultimate thing for me liking Justin Thomas is he can go left to right with the ball, and he can go right to left with the ball, and he can hit it straight. So very versatile player, and easy pick at 10,800. An easy way to save $500 on John Rahm, and an easy way. $10,800. Easy way to save $500 on Rahm. Easy way to save $300 on Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he's #1 on no cut all the way across the board. He's just insane. He's absolutely insane. And nobody's talked about him, dude. Everyone talks about Johnson and Rahm and McIlroy. He's overdue and all this other shit. And I'm like, number one on the board is JT, and nobody wants to talk to him.
Justin Thomas is 4th in DraftKings points for the past 3 months and 8th strokes gained total. His worst stats 48th in putting. I'm not worried about his putting.
Yeah, but he finds the putter and he's insane. When he finds
the thing I like about him is like that, like mid-range, like 10 to 20, 25-foot putts. Like when he misses it, he's like pissed because he thought he made it the whole time. Like he's never like that far off. that I'm like super worried about him. Um, these two next guys on the list, I think, are going to go heavily overlooked this week. Um, Xander Schauffele. Let me listen. You talk about never being talked about. This dude never gets talked about. A
But he's
little bit,
always highly owned.
a little steeply priced. But when you think about saving $1,000 off John Rahm, and if John Rahm just plays average, Xander will beat him. That's huge. That's serious $1,000. That's from you not having to scrape super duper low,
Right.
um, and get him. And I think he's just as good as a golfer
I do too.
as John Rahm. He might not have the show wins and the crazy wins, but man, like the
Oh, dude, I just got a notification. Dustin Johnson has to withdraw. He's got COVID-19. He's out.
no way.
Just got a notification right now.
All
He's
right,
out.
you got to pivot the core four. Oh
Damn it, man.
no!
I was going to fade the fuck out of him. Ah!
Oh.
Yep, I just got a notification. He's out. Tested positive. Had to withdraw.
Oh man, I got to see if I can find something. Wow.
That's huge.
Wow. Unreal. Okay,
Yep.
well, there goes Dustin Johnson. So let's talk about this real quick. So now we're looking at John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy, Xander. That puts Xander as the fourth most expensive golfer this week. Where do you think the brain goes? Does the brain automatically, if you've already loaded Dustin Johnson setups and you're all set with Dustin Johnson setups, are you gonna just auto go to Rory McIlroy? Are you just auto gonna go to Justin Thomas? Like what would you do in that situation?
I thought Schauffele would have been 30% owned and the highest on the slate before we started talking about it, but now I think he's going to be even more highly owned because DJ's out. So
Yeah.
I love Schauffele. He was going to be my second core play. I was going to stack Thomas and Schauffele.
Oh.
I still love that. I love that. You want to know why? They are number one and they are number two on the board, like for best rounds played at no cut events in the past 3 years. So
exactly.
I'm all over.
It's exactly how I felt about DeChambeau Cantlay last week. I just locked in 200 points into my lineups. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that.
Right.
That's
they go low. They go low. You're guaranteed 4 rounds of golf. They are going to put points on the board, especially if this isn't like a birdie fest, which is probably not going to be. Those are the guys I want in my team because I know they're going to get birdies and I know they're not going to bogey often. So
right.
I'm on it. I like them both. I'm going to stack the fuck out of them. Let's hope it pays off. I also will pivot because I think one of my other favorites on this entire lineup is a guy who's very overpriced, and I love it, is Wolf. I will pivot a few Schauffele's to get Wolf there. Stack JT Wolf because I think he could win this tournament. I mean, he's been playing great. He's 12th ranked in the world right now, and he's been doing phenomenal the past month or so. I mean, absolutely lights out.
I touched on Wolf in the write-up, and that round of 61 on Saturday last week.
Insane.
It was killer. It boosted a lot. I had a lot of Wolf last week, which was great. And what it shows me, too, is that he likes desert golf. He's got the yardages down. He's got the feel. He's got everything he needs. He's finished second and second his last 2 events. Matthew Wolff is 3rd strokes gained total the past 3 months, 3rd in DraftKings points, and is top 5 in 4 out of the 8 stat lines across the board. At $10,000 is a great thing. And I mean, the Wolf can howl this week. I mean, he's playing lights out, and Vegas golf, man. One note I did have: the winds on Thursday are going to be like 12 miles an hour, but other than that, it shouldn't peak above that at all. So.
Oh, interesting. So on Thursday in our day plays, we should play people who play good in the wind.
Yes, you should. If you're playing a showdown slate, like your Woodlands and things like that.
Yeah,
or just look at last week's event and see who played well in that event. Um, you know, there you go. This next guy, Patrick Cantlay, the first person underneath that $10,000 threshold, Tyler, I couldn't believe his pricing this week, quite honestly, after playing really well last week. He stumbled on Sunday and shot a +2 and cost me some money. But I mean, we just played in Las Vegas last week. We're still in Las Vegas. Guy played really well and was the second highest priced person last week. Um, I like Patrick Cantlay this week. I don't even mind starting with Wolf and Cantlay.
Yeah, I don't either. And actually, I might do that a few times. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
solid play. He's been playing good. Um, and again, we talked about the fact that there's no cut and guys that could go low. And I mean, he's not going to bogey a lot, and he's going to get you birdies. I got no problem going there at 9,800.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
um, uh, so what I couldn't wait for in this whole video, I just couldn't wait for it, dude. This was the moment I was waiting for. Okay,
okay.
how many Brooks Koepka lineups will you have this week? What is your percentage? Is it over 50?
As of right now, I have only made 20 lineups in the dime time. And I was seeing how Brooks fit in with still trying to get some guys up there. As of right now, I probably have, let's see. I'm sorry, hang on. I actually made a lot of dime time showdowns, so I'm trying to get through those
Oh, for Thursday?
for tonight.
Oh, for tonight's game of football?
Yeah. Right now, I'm hovering around 25%.
Okay, well, that's going to go up.
It is going to go up. And listen, if you look at the stats, it's not going to be good. If you follow me and read all my crap, you know where I'm at. Here's the thing I like. And before I go to Brooks, Cantlay and Wolf, the core reason why I really like those two guys is because they played last week. No rust to knock off, good to go. Staying in Vegas, they just extended their stays. They had fun, played golf. A core feeling of that I really, really like. So Brooks, he's been there. He's been in Vegas since Saturday. He's been working out, been playing golf, been feeling good, posting photos, having a good time, all that good stuff. The just like the core reason of why I like Cantlay and Wolf. My core reason for liking Brooks is I am not going to get him any cheaper with Augusta right around the corner. He's going to be playing. His prices keep going to go higher and higher. And I'm not going to get him at a lower ownership until after the Masters is over and probably into 2021. So if you're going to make that large flag in the sand and stick with it and get it before everyone else gets on it, this would be the week. And no one's going to be expecting it. And this is when you could really, really own a lobby, is when you get him in single digits, because at Augusta he's going to be 20% up.
Right.
And I forgot there's another event coming up I can't think of right now, but one that he always plays well at, and he's going to be highly owned. So everyone's going to be like, oh, I'll just kind of wait and see. Meanwhile, I'm just going to do it. It's quarters and 50-cent entries, so I don't mind it. And I can get him and a guy up top and feel good. My heart wants him to go out there and win the golf tournament. Realistic Mikey wants him to play 4 rounds under par and look healthy and look good and be ready to go. Because I want to see him and Bryson duke it out on Sunday at the Masters more than anyone in this world. After all the shit they've talked back and forth to each other and everything, I just see it culminating. It's gonna pop, and I hope it's him and I hope it's him and DeChambeau on Sunday at the Masters, just duking it out. But I want them both to be on top of their game. You know what I mean? I don't want Brooks hobbling around, hitting pull fades and hating his life and drinking Mick Ultra at the turn. Like, I want good Brooks. You know what I mean? Like, I want good Brooks. I want good Brooks. So that's where I'm at. I'll probably be somewhere almost half owned in the 50-cent lobby for Brooks.
Now,
But
you think realistically he could go out there and shoot 4 rounds under par?
I really, if it's all systems go, he's gonna start. And I wrote about this. I wrote like 3 paragraphs about this in the Reddit. He's gonna start off slow, and then it's gonna get progressively better.
Did you Twitter him and ask if he's going out on Friday?
No, I'm thinking
You should.
he should probably go out with Dustin Johnson because there's something good going there. But
yeah, he's got COVID.
I think they're both. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. How much you want to bet that there's a Twitter video of Dustin Johnson out at some bar with no mask on while he's under quarantine?
Yeah, of course.
I'll bet you McDouble on that.
Listen, he made like $18 million in a month just like 30 days, like 20 days ago. So
but he wants to play Augusta. You can't take a penalty, so we'll see.
Yeah, he'd be fine.
We'll see. Okay, so someone who doesn't have an infatuation with Brooks Koepka, where are you at with Brooks Koepka?
Yeah, I mean, as I was skimming through my reads and going through and doing a little bit of homework, I did pop across an article that somebody had wrote, and I don't know who it was. Intelligent. And their biggest letdown of the week was none other than Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
And as I read it, I couldn't help but laugh to myself, thinking like, "Oh God!" And Mikey is going to be over here.
Oh yeah.
60% Brooks Koepka. Listen, I'm right there behind you. I'd love nothing more than to see Brooks and DeChambeau battle it out on Sunday. Not this week, obviously, but I would love to see it. I still think DeChambeau would probably win. I would love to see Brooks do it. With that all being said, I've played the Brooks with you, man. I've also faded the Brooks when you were on them, and I think more times than not, I'm better off fading the Brooks.
Yeah, probably.
Logic here. I'm just going to go with logic. Remember, we bet with our heads, not our hearts.
That's right.
I'm going to fade Koepka, and if I lose and you win, then somebody won at least. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, here's the deal, too. Let's just say that Dustin Johnson played the best round ever here with a 66 and shot the course record, and that's unheard of, right? Let's just say that. There's no what-ifs, but let's just say that. So that's 6 under every round. Okay, playing the best golf, maximizing this golf course, 6 under a round puts you at 24 under. If Brooks shoots 2 under every day, it's 8 under, and he's 16 off the lead. That's like not good, you know, and it's not worth that $9,700 that he is. So it's gotta be somewhere in there, you know. So what I'm saying is, if the maximum is 6 under and that's the course record, and no one's even gonna come near that course record, it's probably gonna be like 4 under through 4 rounds. I mean, there's no better guy of scraping it around at even par, you know, and like doing that even when he's playing bad golf. I think Brooks's bad golf is good enough to be somewhere in the top half of the field at his worst. So
at 9,700, then you lost.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Buyer beware, but that's
it is.
You know, I could have put him in the core and been a total fanboy, but I didn't. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean you're absolutely right for his price and his ownership this week. You can't beat it. But you really got to hope he shows up, and I haven't.
Yeah. The only bad thing is if he goes out there and finishes dead last, and then he's in the 8,000s his next tournament, and then, you know, and then everyone and their sister, you know, whatever. Play him if you want. Just know that with every birdie he makes, my bubbles are moving forward. That's all you need. I just got an alert that says Finau has withdrawn from the field of this week's CJ Cup. Rob Bolton of the PGA.com reports Finau withdraw. Okay, so Finau is gonzo. Official.
I wouldn't have had any of him anyway.
Official, it has hit DraftKings. Next on the list is Tyrrell Hatton at 9,600. I was quick, short, and sweet with Tyrrell Hatton in the write-up. He just won the BMW Championship on the European Tour. He's now flying to Las Vegas to play in this golf tournament. Even winners, even if Martin Laird was playing this week in Las Vegas, winners seem to always carry a little bit of a hangover, and there's not too much of a correlation between back-to-back-to-back-to-back winners on the PGA Tour. I will have a few just to protect myself because he can go out there and score 100 points like it's no one's big deal. He
Yep.
played really well last week, but you're talking about jet lag, a cross-country trip, and then lock, stock, reload to a Las Vegas golf course that I've never played before. I don't know if he's ever played before, but I doubt it.
Right.
So buyer beware there. If you're in that range, there's no reason not to take the hometown kid of Colin Morikawa.
Missed the cut last week.
Yeah, so it's good. It's all systems go from there. I think that is a simple case of knocking the rust off last week, and scores were super low. And tournament conditions and things like that, you got to get back into the system like that. Colin Morikawa will not play bad this week in his second round here in Las Vegas, and he's staying at home. Another PGA Tour event where he can stay at home. I don't know if he is or not, but you know what I'm saying? It's like when NASCAR's in Charlotte. It's a blessing to those guys. They get to sleep in their own beds. They get to their own routine, things like that. I don't see how Morikawa plays bad this week. I really don't. Morikawa is 16th in DraftKings points, 17 strokes gained total. His best stat line is 7th, and that's strokes gained on approach, where I think you're going to have to need that this week. So how about your boy Berger?
Well, Berger has had 7 top 10 since the return, and he did just miss a cut. So I'm going to have some. I don't know how you don't. I mean, the guy knows how to go low. He knows how to make birdies. He's got 4 rounds of golf guaranteed. I'll be there. I probably won't be there as much as I normally would be because I really like Matsuyama in this situation and Morikawa. So I might probably be in those 2 ranges more. But I will definitely get some Berger in there because he could do it. I mean, he could be in the winning lineup all day long.
Last 6 events: 2nd, 13th, 3rd, 25th, 15th, 34th.
Yep. Like I said,
all in the top half of the field. Almost seems like a steal at 9,300, huh?
Yeah, but like I said, for some reason I feel like Matsi and Morikawa could put up more points in a no cut event. So
yep. And Matsuyama played last week too. Another guy getting ready, getting going here. Dude is so good, Hideki Matsuyama. When you watch him and Siwoo Kim hit a golf ball, it's like it's really amazing how like they visualize the shot, and man, it's really pretty. Really pretty. Hideki Matsuyama, if he can make putts, he's 55th in putting. That's his worst stat. If he can make putts, man, the DraftKings points go up, everything goes up, everything follows suit. Hideki Matsuyama is a great play. I like it. I mean, how do you not like Hideki Matsuyama, right?
Yeah, especially at 9,200.
Yeah, and he played last week. I like that. I like he's on a roll. He did it. The next guy is just like Tyrrell Hatton, Matthew Fitzpatrick, and Ian Poulter, all making that trip from the BMW Championship over to here. Buyer beware with all those guys, man. They might get into the swing of things on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's really up to you. I like guys who have kind of been here, been playing this week to really rise up and get on it. But Tommy's been playing really well. But it seems like over here on American soil, he just hasn't been able to close it out. I think these guys are here. I don't know what the European Tour schedule is off the top of my head, but I think these guys are here until the Masters now, I would assume. Because, I mean, it's already October 13th, which is crazy.
Yeah, I can't get behind Fleetwood. I do like him over in the Euro. He does seem to do pretty well over there regularly, so I do like that. But not on U.S. soil, like you said. Fitzpatrick is absolutely dead to me.
Yeah.
He is first of all, I picked him way too many times for him to shoot 6 over and be a piece of shit. And then he follows it up with that dumbass fucking comment about how Desham is making a mockery of the game, which is the absolute worst fucking thing I've ever heard anyone say. It just shows how ignorant and fucking retarded he is, and lazy because he doesn't want to put in the work that Desham does. So I will not be picking him. If that bites me in the ass, that's fine. He's never really hurt me that bad, and I don't think he will.
It's little man syndrome is what it is.
It's just everything that's bad, and I don't want that on my team.
Yeah, it's negative. It's cruel.
You suck. I guess I don't want to put my money on you then. That's it.
Yeah, hey, I'm all right with it because Hovland, Scheffler, and English, and Oosthuizen are all going to beat him this week.
That's right, and I'm all over all of them.
This whole stretch here is super juicy. Hovland is really, really a good golfer. Let's see how he comes out. This is his first tournament back of the year. Fitzpatrick, you just heard the rant on. Scheffler's numbers and Scheffler's stats are really, really good. His worst stat is putting at 40th, but he's 8th in DraftKings points and 6th in strokes gained total, and has been out doing the routine, playing golf tournaments. Sungjae Im is an absolute machine. I don't know when we're going to get the old Sungjae back, but the last time he played felt pretty good, finishing 13th. Harris English played last week, knocked the rust off. He is a strokes gained machine and been playing really well. This whole area right here is killer. We talked about Louis Oosthuizen last week. His worst finish in the past 6 starts is 33rd, and he backed it up last week. Sergio Garcia.
He shot a 54 in the final round last week like it was nothing. Yeah. It was great.
In Las Vegas playing the golf tournament. Sergio Garcia, he won the Sanderson Farms putting with his eyes closed last week. The winner's hangover, finished 40th. He'll be right back into the mix, I feel. And he's just a ball striking machine playing really well. A funny note about Jason Day at 8,300. The last time he finished outside of the 100th, he came back with 2 straight top 20 finishes. And he finished outside the top 100 last week.
Interesting.
Pretty crazy. Who should have won the golf tournament last week? Abraham Ancer. Sucks watching him lose that golf tournament last week, because I really think he should have had it. We like guys with chips on their shoulders and that extra motivation, and a contract year just has that extra little kick in the ass. I think he's hungry and he wants to come out and try to do it again this week. The only thing that scares me about Ancer is the course is longer. He might have some longer shots in. He's always been on kind of like the shorter side, but damn it, he's putting so well. And he's really playing well. And I had him in the core until Dustin Johnson fell out. I might just make one pivot and call it Justin Thomas to the core. But I'm not really sure yet if I want to restructure and do all that stuff.
Yeah, I actually, going back up a little bit to Scheffler, he is ranked 11th when it comes to no-cut events on points scored. So something to keep in mind at 8,800.
Yeah.
He does know how to go low. He does know how to put birdies on the board, and I'm all over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back down to Ancer. Yeah, I mean, he's always been a good guy to me. He was in my nice winning lineup a few months ago. So yeah, no, I like Ancer. I think he's been playing well. Like you said, the length is a bit of a scare, but you know what? I think he can overcome that.
Yeah.
I like him better than anybody below, better than Fowler and Casey. I mean, you can make your arguments for them, but they seem to burn me every fucking time I take them, and I just haven't seen anything. I mean, Fowler was getting his putting together not too long ago and really looked like he was going to be doing something, and then all of a sudden he forgot how to fucking play golf again. So
yeah, Fowler would have made the cut last week. He put 4 balls in the water in a 3-hole stretch and wound up missing the cut. Really, really tough scenario there. Hey, it sure is. Yeah, I really like Ancer more than Fowler or Casey. Like I said right before the small technical difficulty there, Fowler missed that cut because of those balls in the water. Otherwise, he would have made the cut. Might have a little motivation there, but we'll see. It's I'd rather have Ancer, the guy who finished second, and put no balls in the water. So
yeah, That guy.
Yeah. So, and Paul Casey, man, show me that you can score. Show me that you can do something.
Well, that's the thing. Like he always finishes decent, but he doesn't ever score any points. He just is a par machine. He will just par fucking everything, and that doesn't get you points. It doesn't get you the points.
Right.
I mean, not a bad golfer by any means. It just he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't birdie, man. He just doesn't
he's
birdie.
54th in DraftKings points the past 3 months in this field. So
yeah, I mean, I'd rather go Brandon Todd because you know what? He can put
Cam's
points on the
great.
board. Yeah, he's there. I'm gonna have a bunch of Brandon Todds because he could go out there and win this bitch. So
23rd in DraftKings points, second in putting, first short game, 21st strokes gained total.
Yeah, I'm there.
Absolutely.
All there. Yeah. And then you got Justin Rose down here at $7,800.
Yeah. Yeah. 20th in DraftKings points, 31st strokes gained total. Another guy making that trip though, so buyer beware.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, at that price, dude. That's
I know, he's good. Olympic gold medalist. I know.
Listen, just a couple months ago I saw him over 10K. So what the hell?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
Is he really that bad? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he's
not that bad. And and I touched on him too. He's been working on his putting, and as soon as that dude makes all his putts, he's going to be lights out. 37th at the BMW last week, so he's there. He's playing golf.
I mean, I'm going to take some stabs where stabs are due.
Yeah,
there's some stabs due there.
Yeah. He owes us one too.
Yeah, he does owe me a lot, actually. That's
Mr. 8,000 himself, Gary Woodland. Does he get us 80 points like he always does for us this week? I think so.
I think he does. I think he saves us some money. So, yeah, I'm all over Woodland. And you tell me it gets a little rowdy on Thursday, he could have the lowest fucking round of the game, or the day. So,
yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, he could. Another guy coming off a streak of pretty good finishes is Shane Lowry. Talk about a low-owned play that no one ever plays. Shane Lowry. Got pretty good stats. He's top 30 in DraftKings points. He's 19th on approach and 33rd in strokes gained total. He can definitely go out there and get you a top 10. I don't know if he's going to win this thing, but he can get you a top 10. So he's
only got one this year. So
yeah,
I'd rather go down here to the guy right below him, Neiman, who's got 4 top 10s this year.
Yeah.
And shot a 68, a 66, a 67, and a 66 last week.
Yep.
And somehow he seems to find his way into milli maker lineups. He does.
And he rips it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be higher owned than Lowry. I will say that. And if he's not, that's insane.
Get it while you can with Neiman, because I don't know how much longer his back can hold up. So get it while you can with Neiman. As soon as he has one back problem, it's over. He needs to completely rework his golf swing, and it'll be a long journey back. So get it while you can. Another guy making his first start in a long time is Kisner. I haven't made any Kisner lineups yet, and I think I'll get there just because the price is so good. And I have no reason not to pick Kisner, besides the fact that off the tee he could be a little squirrely sometimes and kind of put himself in bad spots. But I can definitely look past that. Surprisingly, he was in the notable section of the top 10 article that'll be out tomorrow. He was 12th in DraftKings points in this field for the past 3 months, which was pretty solid.
That's interesting.
Pretty solid. Neiman is 44th on DraftKings points, 37th off the tee, but he was striping it last week. So I'm gonna look past all that.
Yeah, crazy.
Norin, sneaky play.
Hold on. You can't skip right over Poulter like you ain't even
fucking.
I'm
sorry, Poulter. My bad.
He loves to fuck us, dude. How do you just skip right over him like that? That's how he fucks us, because you just skip right over him.
Listen, Ian Poulter, I will say this. He's been struggling with some back spasms. But he's been playing really, really good golf. I've had him. He was in the Core 4 last week for Euro Tour, and he's been playing really, really, really good golf. the back spasms do kind of scare me, so I'm not going all in on him. He did have to have some work done. I follow him because he's one of my favorites. So yeah, just if he's got to withdraw, it'll be because of his back, and backs scare me in golf. But the finishes that he's pulling off here, he's playing really, really good golf. Just spent a bunch of time overseas, and living good with the family over there. And it seems like all is right in Polterland besides his back. So I'll definitely
He's kind of
have
like the Neiman. He's kind of like the Neiman.
that, but his swing is a little more generic. So. I'm so sorry, Poulter. If for whatever reason any other Ian Poulter fans are out there, I'm so sorry I just skipped over you.
Listen, it wasn't that I'm a fan, man. It's that when I don't take him, he seems to end up in winning lineups. And when I take him, he shoots 4 or 5 or 6 over and
Yeah,
misses cuts. Now I don't have to worry about a missed cut. I'm going to take him.
yeah, yeah. You might as well. You
I
might
might
as
as
well.
well. Same with
Um,
Noren, because the last time Norland snuck his way into a field, it was because somebody fell out or withdrew. He bumped his way in and then went out and shot like 7 under the first freaking round and was leading the damn thing. And I'm like, great, I didn't take him, but everyone else decided to take him. So, and I think that was a no cut event. So,
Noren playing
yeah,
really, really well.
yeah,
Playing really, really well.
yeah.
In this field, 22 rounds. He's 12th strokes gained total, 24th DraftKings points.
Yeah.
His worst stat is off the tee. Hopefully, he worked on that in the off time that he had. Sneaky, Bubba Watson, 26th in DraftKings points, 26 strokes gained total. He is 9th tee to green, 3rd ball striking, 2nd off the tee, and rounding all that out with 10th on approach. Really good stat lines across the board. His short game and putting has been his Achilles heel. I think everyone pretty much knows that now. But sneaky play, $7,300 for Bubba Watson.
Oh, he fits in the lineups nice at 7,300.
Yeah, he really does.
Absolutely.
Jordan Spieth did a great article, did a great interview with Gravy and the Sleeves. I highly recommend you listen to that. He's just a normal dude like us, struggling with his golf game, man, and is just openly admitting it. I hope he turns it around. I don't know if he turns it around this week, but whenever he turns it around, man, Spieth's a good golfer. You could put Spieth in that same Koepka category of I don't know what I'm gonna get. So
Yeah, you and Lacey both want to see him do better because that way she can look at his butt when he's putting.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Brian
Like,
Harmon played really well last week and struggled on Sunday. Him and Cantlay both cost me that lineup there at the end. Just
he's
struggling.
a safe play. He's a safe play down here.
He is a safe play. He's 2nd in short game, 18th in DraftKings points, 19 strokes gained total, top 5 putting and around the greens. He can do it, man. I don't know if he just got the jitters last Sunday and just couldn't score, or what really happened there. But we'll see. Horschel, I haven't seen Horschel play. I don't really want to take the risk on him being the first one out, and I like other guys around him like Russell Henley and Siwoo Kim and Bubba Watson and Brian Harmon. So I haven't gotten to Billy Horschel yet. I kind of want to see it before I click the button. It's kind of where I'm at there. I want to see him go play well before I click him. Russell Henley. These two next guys right here, Russell Henley and Siwoo Kim, are green across the board. Both of them are top 20 in DraftKings points. Both of them are top 20 in strokes gained total. And actually, even right below him, Jason Kokrak's 11th. So you can toss him in there too. All 3 of these guys, Russell Henley, Siwoo Kim, Jason Kokrak, all top 20 DraftKings points, all top 20 strokes gained total, all top 20 tee to green, all top 20 ball striking. So that little nook and cranny right there, I really like. All those guys right there are really, really solid, and could get you those low owned plays. That kind of guys aren't thinking. I think people, if The only people clicking Siwoo Kim this week are people who have been playing DFS the past few weeks that know what a value that is. Because I even said last week, I can't believe his price went down. Well, it went down again. And
Yeah, it went down again.
he's him alone is 5th in DraftKings points, 16th strokes gained total, 10th tee to green, 10th short game. The whole package is there. But the biggest thing, he's top 5 in DraftKings points and priced at $7,100. So I like that little nook and cranny there. The guy right below him, Sebastian Munoz, he's all green except for putting. But we all know when he's putting well, he goes super low. And he can definitely do it, man. I like that. I like it a lot. Ryan Palmer played well last week, top 20 in DraftKings points. Cameron Smith, Mackenzie Hughes.
Mackenzie Hughes. Let's stop right there.
7th in DraftKings points, 1st in putting, 10th in strokes gained total. Mackenzie Hughes, $6,800 is a no-brainer.
He's in the core.
Yeah.
He is the third person in the core.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
I mean, at that price, how do you not?
He's really got to be.
He's insane lately. He's been playing good golf lately, and if we're gonna go with what have you done for me lately, that's where your pick should lie.
Yeah, him and Cam Smith. Cam Smith, 24th, 38th, 24th, 20th, 18th, and 43rd at the PGA Championship. Those two guys right there. If you want to stack the top and get her done, man, you can do it this week. You can really do it this week. If you plant your flag on Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, Wolf, Morikawa, and kind of roll through those guys, this is where you get, and these are the guys down here. Kevin Na, Las Vegas native, played well last week, went low, $6,700. I also really like a Hadwin Fratelli stack. Those guys together are two guys you really don't have to worry about, because I know they're going to play well. Fratelli's 37th in DraftKings points. Hadwin's numbers don't look that good, but he played well.
He always ends up there, dude.
He's always right there. He's 34th, 54th, 40th, so he's been playing. Yep. I think Hadwin and Fratelli, I like that stack a lot. And if you want to get real fancy, you slap Alonto Griffin in there, who knocked the rust off last week. Because Lonto, you talk about not getting any love or respect. This guy, $6,300. Come on. You guys got to give Lonto some love, DraftKings. This is ridiculous.
No, they don't. We'll just keep playing.
Him and Harry Higgs at $6,300. My boy Harry Higgs.
Listen, I already made a Higgs stack for you, dude. A Higgs lineup.
You have to make a Higgs lineup. If you don't make a Higgs lineup, don't listen to my show. Okay? Stop. Just make one, okay? Just make one. Notable down here that a lot of people are high on. Hoagie. Take a shot on Hoagie this week.
I had somebody trying to buzz through on the phone. I missed some of that. What was that?
Okay. The lowest I'm willing to go is Hoagie. Hoagie is probably the most mispriced person on this. I really like Hoagie. All right. Wow. I like him a lot. 6,100. So if you want to get really fancy, I like Hoagie. Hoagie is in the 40s and 30s across the board on his stats, and he's one of the lowest priced person. And then Ju Hyun Kim. Okay? Say it with me. Ju Hyun Kim. Remember that name. He has finished, he's made 2 of his 3 cuts and has been playing really, really well. A lot of the guys I follow on Twitter and Twitter world are really high on him and are taking stabs at him this week.
Which one is that?
Ju Hyun Kim.
At 6,400?
Yep. South Korea. A lot of people are taking stabs on him. A lot of people are really high on him. And and I don't know. I can't find any stats anywhere on him. But like guys are placing bets on him. Like he's like six. Like I don't even know his odds. They're just ridiculous. Guys are making bets on him. They're betting Hoagie because it's huge value in this field. And then don't forget about my boy Adam Long, who is still top 25 in DraftKings points and still top 25 in strokes gained total, even though he played well last week for us. He's been playing every event, and I believe in Adam Long, and I'll leave it at that.
What about what about
on? I'd rather have Cameron Champ.
Okay. What if I told you that on in the past 3 years at no cut events is 7th most scored points? What if I told you that?
Well, then that changes everything, doesn't it?
Well, I'm just saying. So
you're right. You're right. Look at this. Yeah, I mean, I will make some Ben on, but he is not my first choice down here, just based off all those other guys. That I just
we like stabs though, and that's a worthy stab.
It's a worthy stab.
That's a worthy stab.
He'll be in my Xander lineup. How about that?
There we go. Listen, that's all I can ask for. All I'm saying is if you don't play Justin Thomas, Xander, and Hughes in a lineup, you're not going to win this week. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Well,
that's my triple stack for the week.
Brennan Todd better be in it.
Listen, I'll throw some Todds in there. I'm only doing a 3-core this week because I don't really trust anybody else.
All right. Well, who you got for your 3-core? Is that it? Justin Thomas, Xander, and Mackenzie Hughes?
Yep.
All right. I am going to go forget everything you read in the write-up because Dustin Johnson is out. We're gonna go Morikawa. I'm gonna go Morikawa, Cantlay, and Lanto Griffin. And let's see who wins that one. I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, so you got 81-33 left on the table with that.
Okay.
And I've got where you Hughes, get over here. 73-66 left.
All right. All right, I like that. I don't see how that could go any wrong at all. So you got JT, Xander,
and Hughes.
I love it. All right. Well, that's that. So good luck this week. What lobbies are you going to be in?
I am going to be in the $3 20 max.
Nice.
I will also be in the $10 100K to first. I'll have a few of those. Not too many. And I think I'm going to, depending on how many lineups I decide to lake and stacks I like, I might get close to, if not maxing out, the 50-cent lobby.
You really should. And we should do that together.
I really should.
I was thinking about doing, after you were so high on Justin Thomas, and now that Dustin Johnson's out, I was thinking about just doing 150 lineups of Justin Thomas.
You should. You should. I mean,
I was thinking about it, man. I was just like, oh my God.
You know what's going to happen, right?
What?
Because he hasn't won in a few, and he hasn't had over 100 points scored. Oh, no, just kidding. So he could get back on his trend of every other being over 100, because last 2 weeks, two games ago, or 2 matches ago, 101, 66. So
this is his week then. Well, we got to do it.
This is his week, and he's number 1 overall ranked points wise in non-cut events.
All right.
So
well, there you have it. If you guys need us at all, you have any lineup questions, hit us up on social media. WeLiveFantasy.com. We Live Fantasy on Twitter, WLF Bets on Instagram, and We Live Fantasy on Facebook. You guys need anything, reach out, hit the like button, let us know who you're starting. And whose core three treated you better this week, mine or Tyler's? I hope you guys have a great week. Showdown slates tonight, Tuesday, Titans versus Bills. Who you putting in your captain? Watch the next video, find out. Peace.
That's it.